What's up everyone? Welcome to my March TBR. I am so excited for a new month and to pick a new TBR, especially because the Backlist Readathon is this month. If you don't know what the Backlist Readathon is, it's a readathon that I'm hosting with myself and my friend Beth. We'll link her channel down below, plus the announcement video, so that way you can look at the prompts and everything. It will be happening, I think that's like next weekend. It's like the 8th through the 15th, so not too far away. I'm gonna be talking about my TBR for the readathon, but I'm first going to play my TBR game so that way we can see just kind of like what I have going on for the month and whether some of the books that I pick for my TBR game are going to fit within the prompts for the readathon. I have a 10.5-month-old baby, so I haven't been able to read like a ton, and I wanna make sure that what I'm picking is going to be able to not overwhelm me. I wanna make sure that I'm actually able to read what I say I'm going to read, and I am going to be trying to daily vlog for the readathon, so I guess I should also make sure that I have like audiobooks, Kindle books, everything kind of available to make it the easiest for me. Get us all started, I'm gonna pick a punishment and a reward. These are things that I will do whether I finish my TBR or not finish my TBR. Unfortunately, in January, I had to do my punishment because I did not finish all the books on my TBR. And also in February, spoiler, but I did not finish all the books on my TBR either. Now, this is just all fun and games. I know that reading is fun and enjoyable. I just like to do this because it's also fun to film myself, you know, picking rewards and punishments and doing them throughout the month. It's not something that I dread doing or anything. So let's figure out what the punishment will be for March if I do not read all the books I picked for my TBR. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, what if I actually get the card with hand washing all my dishes for a week? Like, does that mean I have to hand wash Alice's baby bottles? But I have to hand wash all of the dishes for 1 week, which would be in April, since this is, you know, for my March TBR. Yuck. I use my dishwasher every day, so yeah. Okay, let's pick a reward. All right, shuffle. I'm like so bad at shuffling. Okay, ready? Spend a relaxing day at a park or a trail and pack your own picnic. I love that. Alice would absolutely love doing that with me, and maybe I could turn it into a vlog where I'm reading, and oh, that's so cute. I love that. Okay. Plus that again will be happening in April, so what a great month. All right, I actually got my deck ready here, and if you're interested in this game, I actually make it and sell it on Etsy. I always have my shop down below, but anyway, I put a deck together. This is actually a deck of like 28 cards. I did 7 thriller prompts, 7 library prompts, 7 for your shelf prompts, and 7 of like a mixture of books that I have like on my NetGalley and books that are like prompts for my Kindle. I have them all in here. I shuffled them all up, and then I have my draw cards, and I think I'm going to pick 5. I do have 2 buddy reads, a fiction and a nonfiction book for my Patreon, but I'm going to see, depending upon the prompts that I pick, if I can fit those in. They also might fit into the Backlist Readathon, so let's just kind of like pick these 5 cards and just see where it takes us, and then we'll try and pin it all together. So first, draw card. Pick 2 cards and decide which you want to read. So I'm just picking the top 2. We have a library card, read a most recent release, which wouldn't really work for the Backlist Readathon. Or we have a from your shelf card, which is have someone else pick a book for you. I don't have anyone here right now because Alvin's at work and Alice is actually taking a nap. I have been really wanting to just like go to the library, look at like the new release shelf, and just pick a book and read it, you know? And so I actually think, since I'm reading so many other backlist titles, or I'm going to be trying to during the readathon, I think I might just go to the library for fun, especially since Alice and I need to go there anyway, because I'm gonna sign her up for the 1,000 books before kindergarten. So I'm gonna do the read a most recent release. Yeah, you guys might not actually know. I don't know. It depends on when I'm editing this. You might not actually get to see that until like later. Okay, another draw card. Pick from the middle. I'm just going to lift this up and pick from the middle here. Okay, this is a Kindle book, It says draw another card, but the prompt has to be a book from your Kindle. Okay, I'm kind of scared. So, read a book you are most excited to read, which would actually be on my Kindle. I'm really gonna have to think about that actually. Maybe I should grab my Kindle. I have my Kindle here, and I don't have like a ton of books, and a lot of them are NetGalley books. I feel like I'm not going to pick the NetGalley ones. I think I'm going to pick a couple of the books that actually were like gifted to me. I think it's gonna be between Mothered and Black Sheep. I read the synopsises of both of them, and I think I'm gonna go with Mothered by Zosia Stage. This says it's a claustrophobic psychological thriller about one woman's nightmarish spiral while quarantined with her mother. Do another draw card. Pick the number card with the number month you're in. So actually today is the last day of February. So I guess I'm gonna pick card number 2. Library card. Book. Read a book with a creepy cover. I'm gonna scroll through my want to read shelf on Goodreads and see if I can find any books that are just like actually creepy, and then I'll see if my library has it. Okay, I think I found the book that I feel has like the creepiest cover on my want to read shelf, and I had looked this up before and I was able to like get it on Libby. This is Marrow by Taryn Fisher, and I know that my friend Penny, who watches me here on YouTube, actually recommended this book. So I thought it sounded really good, and I am gonna try it out. It also was published in 2015, so this might be able to fit into a backlist readathon prompt. But this says, in the bone, there is a house. In the house, there is a girl. In the girl, there is a darkness. Margot is not like other girls. She lives in a neighborhood called The Bone, in a cursed house with her cursed mother, who hasn't spoken to her in over 2 years. She lives her days feeling invisible. It's not until she develops a friendship with her wheelchair-bound neighbor, Judah, that things begin to change. When neighborhood girl, 7-year-old Nevaeh, goes missing, Judah sets out to help Margot to uncover what happened to her. I'm intrigued. All right, I think we have 3 more. So pick the third card. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one is a book from my shelf. Read a book with "the" as the first word in the title. Okay, I know what I'm picking for this already. I already know. The Lost Girls of Willowbrook. My friend Lena, who has a channel, Lena's Bookshelf, for 2 whole years, because I actually just watched my June vlog where I got this from the publisher. Lena has been begging me to read this for 2 whole years. It's technically a backlist book now, and it is historical fiction-ish, which I've been trying to try out more of and get more into that. Lena, this is the month. If this is the only book I read in March, I am going to do it because I owe this to you, Lena. And hopefully I don't hate it. This is about a state-run institution for children with disabilities. Shocked the nation when it was exposed in 1970s, more than a decade before it was finally shut down for its horrendous abuses, neglect, overcrowding, unethical practices, and medical experiments. So it does sound exactly like something I would like, but I just kept putting it off because like I want to make sure that I'm reading it at a time that I am going to pay attention and I am going to like it. Okay, 1 more. Use a random number generator and choose that number card. Okay, let's say I don't really feel like counting them all. Say I have like 22 left. Okay, so 22, generate. 10. Okay, 3, 6, 10. Put 5 books in a circle and spin the bottle. And this is from my shelf. So I guess I'm going to get 5 books off of my shelf down here, which I don't even have that many, and spin the bottle. Okay, so I have My Daddy the Pedophile, Yours Truly, Verity, Freddie Mercury, Defending Jacob. So here we go. Verity. Oh, okay, that's awesome. I've actually already read Verity before, but it was right when it came out. I don't remember anything about it, and I only gave it like 3 or 3.5 stars. And then someone left this copy with the new chapter in it in my little free library, and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to reread it with the new chapter and see how I really feel. So now let me talk about, I have my nonfiction buddy read on Patreon, which is Do Less. It says the unexpected strategy for women to get more of what they want in work and life. It says this is a book for working women and mothers who are ready to release the culturally inherited belief that their worth is equal to their productivity and instead create a personal and professional life that's based on presence, meaning, and joy. So I'm buddy reading this as our like nonfiction New Year's resolution buddy read for the month. And then for our fiction buddy read, I'm going to be reading Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. So this says, after a wild bet, gourmet grilled cheese sandwich, and cuddle with a baby goat, Alexis has had her world turned upside down. The cause, Daniel Grant, a ridiculously hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than her, and as casual as they come, the complete opposite of sophisticated city girl Alexis, and yet their chemistry is undeniable. So it's very interesting that the male is going to be 10 years younger, so that's pretty cool. I've heard so many people rave about this book and yours truly, and then I have her new book, I think it's called Just for Summer, on NetGalley. I think it's coming out in April. And so this is the perfect time for me to read more Abby Jimenez and get ready for her new book. Okay, so now to talk about the actual backlist readathon prompts and what I'm gonna be reading for that. So the first one is hyped on Book Talk or other socials. I think I'm gonna include Verity in that because Verity has just been so hyped over the years. Colleen Hoover was very hyped on Book Talk for a while, and this is definitely a backlist book because it came out a handful of years ago now. All right, the next prompt is to read a backlist book with an even number of pages. So I'm gonna have to check some of these pages that I have and see if they even fall into this category. The next one is a Goodreads nominee or winner from previous years. I definitely do need to do the research for this. So let me hop on my laptop and see if I can like see all of them and if there's something I'm either already reading or that I wanna add to my TBR here. Okay, I was looking through the list of winners from all of the years. I think I went back to like 2016 or so, but in the last few years, ones that I had on my want to read that I'm interested in, there were 2. I had Crying in H Mart, which I think won the memoir category. It might have been like last year or 2 years ago. And then a couple years behind that was Before We Were Yours, which won the historical fiction category. Both of those are books that I am interested in, but I have been more interested in Crying in H Mart, especially because it's a memoir, but I also thought it would be really fun to do like a cook with me vlog type thing, like I do the bookish inspired cooking here on my channel. And so I think I'm gonna do this for the readathon. I don't know how that would work out since I wanted to do the bookish inspired cooking video, especially if I was daily vlogging, but I still think that instead of pushing this off because I potentially want to do a specific video for it, then I feel like I'm never actually getting the time to read it when I feel like I could read it. So it's gonna go in here, and that's what I'm gonna be reading for this prompt if I have time. Crying in H Mart says it's a memoir about growing up Korean American, losing her mother, and forging her own identity. Very excited to read that one. I do love a good memoir. The next prompt is a 5-star prediction. I actually want to put that for this one because I do feel like I could rate this 5 stars, especially since Lena just absolutely loves it. So this is gonna be my 5-star prediction. All right, the next one is highest rated on your TBR. I do need to go back onto my Goodreads and sort everything so I can see what the highest rated book is on my TBR. So funnily enough, when I did this, so the first 3 books that I have that popped up on here are actually ones that haven't come out yet. There's a new Jodi Picoult book coming out August 2024, the John Mars book coming out May 2024, and then a Kimberly Bell book coming out June 2024. They did pop up as the highest rated on here. So if I go down to the 4th book that actually is published, is actually this one, A Family Secret, and its average rating is a 4.52. And funnily enough, I actually had this on my February TBR and I never got a chance to read it. So this is abused from the age of 8 by her older brother and then her stepfather. Maureen Wood quickly becomes numb to the constant suffering, but Maureen's world crumbled when her own mother started to abuse her too. So this is like a true story memoir type book. All right, lastly, there is a bonus prompt that is continue to borrow, but I haven't read yet. And I do not think I'm actually gonna do this prompt because I think I am way over my head in the amount of books I have to read. Now, the only one that I didn't show you guys yet is the read a most recent release from the library. So I am going to go to the library and just kind of like see what happens. So I might try and get vlog footage for that and put it in, maybe even in my like wrap up at the end of the month, or maybe I'll do a vlog for that particular recent release. But I just don't know what I'm going to choose for that book because I kind of want it to be like organic, me walking into the library, looking at the new fiction shelf and picking out a shiny new book. I think that's it. I think I got everything and I am super excited. I would love to know if you guys are participating in the Backlist Readathon. Don't forget, I actually have reading sprints on the Saturday. I think it's the 9th here on my channel. I think that's from 8 to 10. So I'm really excited to see you guys in March and do some reading with you all. All right, that's it. I gotta go wake up my baby from nap and I'll see you guys in another video soon. Bye everyone.